welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing well today. Today is Monday, the 7th of August, and I am rearing to go this week. I have a full week of things planned. I have lots of things going on in the background of my mind that I'm trying to just deal with one day at a time. And I had a bit of an idea last night whilst I was sitting watching TV. Of course, I was distracted, and some of you may have seen the community post that I put up. Basically my plan was to do a bit of a Just Essentials shop to make a dinner for tonight. However, when I went into the shop, I had a bit of a different idea and I did a mini sort of Just Essentials food haul. So this is our big bag of stuff here, and I also have another product which I've put into the fridge. So what I'll tell you first is that I am really shocked. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost yet, but I'm really shocked as to how little all of this food and what I have in the fridge cost compared to like a normal shop. And just going in and buying general stuff to make up a few meals will and definitely did cost a lot more than what I spent today. So what I did is I left work, I tried to leave bang on 5 o'clock, which I managed today, which is rare for a Monday, and managed to get over to the shops without too much hassle. The traffic wasn't too bad, and so I was able to get there for about 5:10. I was in there for just over 20 minutes and I'm pretty pleased with what I managed to get. So rather than taking everything out and then showing you, I'm just going to take stuff out of the bag individually, show you and then put it down, just because it's a little bit easier that way. I've got more space, so I hope you don't mind. Now what I will also be doing whilst I'm videoing this for you guys is I will be signing into my Sunworld app, which is like this. And on the Sunworld app you have a bit at the bottom called the planner, and on there is a cross at the bottom for anyone who's not familiar with the Sunworld app, or if you're wanting to work out if Sunworld is for you. The app is excellent. I can strongly recommend the app, it's great. And you can only get access to that if you are a Sunworld member. So the little cross at the bottom, the plus sign, gives you 3 options. So food, activity and recipe. Don't know if hope you guys can see this okay. And we are going to click food. And then it gives you an option at the top. It looks like a little barcode scanner. So basically it turns on your camera and it will scan the item barcode, so it tells you how many sins are in it. So I'm going to do that as and when I'm doing this, just so it's easy for yourselves to keep up to date with the sin values. If anything that I've bought stands out to you and seems of interest, it may be something that you want to buy, it may be something that you buy already, but you maybe didn't know the sin value to it. So yeah, let's get started basically. So I'll put this receipt down here to the side. So obviously, as I said, you know, I did a bit of a food haul. I didn't buy lots and lots of food, but I bought enough that we would be able to have a few options with basically, and I'll let you know what my plan is to make for tonight's dinner. So first of all, we have a few tins of new potatoes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and I've got one lying out here which I'm not sure if I maybe just put into my bag quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yep, and the 4th one is here, which I already put on the side. So these are free. They are cooked potatoes. There's no skin on them at all. Salt and pepper is definitely your friend with the potatoes. They do have quite a strong taste, quite an earthy taste to the potatoes, but they're a money saver, a time saver. They're really, really convenient. And what you can do is obviously chop them up and make them into like a low sin potato salad. I've had them a few times in the air fryer, which I would recommend doing. Putting them in the air fryer for about 15 minutes with some fry light on there, and having them with beans with cheese on top, or cottage cheese as well. And the cottage cheese that I do buy, which I'll just quickly show you. I'll go into my fridge and I'll also get out another product as well whilst I'm here. So, excuse me for turning around there. So this cottage cheese I didn't buy today, but this is a firm favourite of mine, and I have it for lunch with some Ryvita and tomatoes, which I had today, but it's 79p and it is sin free. So you can stir this into, you know, if you're wanting to make a crustless quiche, if you're wanting to make high protein scrambled eggs, you can stir this in. Obviously you can blend it to make it into sort of like a white sauce for lasagna, for other pasta dishes. It really is up to you, but for 79p, I can assure you this is one of the most filling, convenient, but healthy foods that you will buy for that price. You cannot complain at all. So that's a great thing. Obviously, as I said, I didn't buy it today, but I thought I would show you whilst we're here, since we're talking about the Just Essentials range. Just quickly, the Just Essentials range used to be called Smart Price, and the Smart Price range, or the Just Essentials range, was brought in as a value budget sort of tier of level of groceries within the supermarket of ASDA, which did used to be part of the Walmart group. For anyone watching from Canada or America, USA, it did used to be part of the Walmart group. However, that has now ended. So, but we still do have ASDA here in the UK. So yeah, and this is the product that I've taken out of the fridge, which I will just put back in as well, is that I managed to get a whole chicken. So this in itself is a 1.76 kilograms weight, and it was £5.37. Now, what I will say is that this was the largest one left. There were very few left on the shelf. The more premium chicken sort of bird packaging, there was lots of them on the shelf, to be honest, the sort of high level ones. Very few of these left, which doesn't surprise me with the cost of living crisis that we're in at the moment. It looks good. It didn't look any different from any of the other ones that cost a little bit more money. But what I will say is that there were maybe 2 or 3 smaller ones in this. This was the largest one that was left that I took. And purely because I know it's just myself and my husband, but we will be able to get more meals out of a slightly larger chicken, and that was my thought process behind it. But at the same time, £5.37, the smaller chickens were based around £5.32, £5.34, and they were considerably smaller actually. So I'm not sure why that price difference is what it is. I thought the smaller chickens would be considerably cheaper. But again, £5.37 for a really decent sized chicken, you cannot complain. So I'm just going to pop this back into the fridge. Whilst I've still got the potatoes out, sorry, got a bit distracted there. The potatoes are 38p per can or tin, so really good. I would say one tin would probably serve 2 people if you were having other things on the plate, whereas I have had one tin of the potatoes air fried before on my own for dinner, and I had it with cottage cheese, as I said, with beans or cheese on top as well. You know, there's lots of different things that you can do with them, so it does depend on how many you want to eat, but they are free, there are no sins attached. Moving on to this is our mixed vegetables. So this is from the freezer aisle, the frozen aisle, and it's carrots, peas and broccoli and cauliflower. So just show you that. And there are no sins attached to it. So your peas are free, your cauliflower, your carrots and your broccoli are speed foods, as we know. And your peas, your peas are free, they're not a speed food. Obviously all the rest of the vegetables are. And this is a 1 kilogram bag, which will last us a few nights at least anyway. So how many? 85p, which is not bad at all. So that would be a really good shout for anyone. And they advise that you can cook it in a pan for 3 to 4 minutes on a medium boil. Also got some Yorkshire puddings, which were 50p. 50p for this bag, and there are 15 Yorkshire puddings in there. Now, they're not big. They're not big in the slightest. Sort of feel through the pack. They're about that size. which is not a great measurement on screen, but you know, they're not big ones, but to be honest, they're not bad at all. So these are 34 calories each, and I did scan these in the shop, and they are 1.5 cents per Yorkshire pudding, which is less cents than Morrison's own basic, you know, their sort of value range. They are 2 cents per Yorkshire pudding. So there you go. You're saving yourself half a cent per Yorkshire pudding. So yeah, really good, and they're vegetarian as well. We then have some sage and onion stuffing mix, which is vegan friendly, and this is an 85-gram pack, and they advise that each serving is 1/6 of the pack. So that's that there. And this cost a total of 30 pence, which is nothing at all. I've not used this before, to be honest. Stuffing isn't really a thing that I would go out of my way to buy, but I know my husband does enjoy it, and we usually buy the ready-made stuffing balls if we're having it. But I saw it whilst I was in the shop, and I thought it would be worth a try. So this advises you to empty the contents into a large heat-proof bowl, preheat your oven and add 200 ml of boiling water to the mix, and then make sure that there are no clumps of dry stuffing remaining. Leave it to stand for 5 minutes, and then transfer the mixture to an oven-proof dish, lightly greased with butter. We will use Frylight, and then pop them into the oven for around 25 minutes. So yeah, pretty simple. So I can't from memory remember what the sin value is for this product. As I said, I will scan. So 2 cents per 25 grams, which is not bad at all. I'll show you that there. So 30 pence, 2 cents per portion, which is great. We then move on to we've got some sardines. So sardines and tomato sauce, and yeah, sardines. What more do you say? So everything about this packaging is recyclable, and obviously they have the tomato sauce on them as well. They are free, there are no sins attached. So what I'll do is I'll just open up this packaging just so I can show you guys what it looks like on the inside of the tin. Probably pretty standard as I would expect. Yep, just a normal tin or can, no fancy packaging, which is probably why they are of a lower price, but I'm sure the quality will be just as good, you know. So let's see how much they cost me. So they were 45 pence each. So really, if you wanted to, that could last you 2 lunches if you had maybe some rice, or if you wanted to have them on some toast. You know, the options are endless really. You could have some poached eggs with them, or some scrambled eggs, some spinach. Really, it's completely up to you what you do with that, but for 45p you cannot complain with that at all. I'm really looking forward to them. I've not had sardines and tomato sauce for quite a while, but I quite like to add in some Tabasco or some chili powder just because I like the heat of the sauce. However, I know online, by looking online, some of the sin values for some sardines are really pretty high, so it's just to be mindful if you are going out and you want to buy these or try these. Obviously I've not tried them yet, but I am expecting really good things, and there's no reason to expect other than anything good because it's food, you know. At the end of the day, it may not have a fancy price tag or packaging on it, but we all know that our food is made in most of the same places. It just ends up being packaged and branded slightly differently, which makes it cost a lot more money. So yeah, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. So this was a sort of last minute sort of deal find, if you like. I wasn't looking for this, but I did come across it. So these are beef slices in gravy, and I've got 2 packs here, one for myself, one for my husband. And to be honest, when I was young, my mum used to buy this. My mum was a single parent, and we would have something like this, quick, easy, put it in some boiling water, and have some mash and some veg on the side with, again, some Yorkshire puddings. That in itself could be a really, really low sin meal if you're wanting to do that. You know, your potatoes would be free if you wanted to mash them up, or you could have them roasted or boiled. You could have some mixed veg as well, which is free, and some speed food in there as well. Your Yorkshire puddings, as I said, are 1.5 sins, and then you could have some beef and gravy on the side with some stuffing if you wanted to. You could add in extra vegetables, you could add in carrots, you know, like sort of chunky carrots, you could add in parsnips. It's completely up to you, but I just bought what I could find in a short period of time whilst I was in the shop today. So each microwaved pack contains 95 calories, so not much calories at all. Obviously in some world we're not counting calories, but calories are very important in regards to losing weight. That is how we lose weight. So yeah, you can microwave from frozen, or you can oven cook it. The ones that my mum used to buy when I was young, I think were by Bisto, and you used to put them in boiling water. I'm sure that would work as well. You know, at the end of the day, it cooks it and it defrosts it. So yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just do a quick check of the sin value for yourselves, and you can find out if this is something you want to buy. So this is 2.5 sins per pack, which is great, I think, to be honest. Saves you buying a lot of meat if you live on your own as well, or you maybe don't have as much of a big appetite. I don't know how many slices of beef are in there, to be fair, but it's going to be a couple at least, isn't it? It's going to be enough. It's a portion. It's 210 grams. Obviously it comes with the gravy as well, and it is cooked, sliced, silver side beef, which is really, really nice. My gran buys that for a Sunday dinner. So yeah, I've got high hopes for this. I'm really looking forward to trying it. Did I mention how much that was? So, £1. That's it, £1 per pack, which is absolutely unreal that you can have some roast beef and gravy for £1 at home, make it in your microwave, job done. And again, this was a last minute thing that I saw in the freezer aisle, but I was a bit curious as to how many sins were in them initially, which was why it made me go over and have a look. But we have the 8 beef burgers, and sort of serving suggestion is some chips with a bun and, you know, that type of thing. Per burger is 87 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 0.26 grams of salt, which is not bad at all, is it? It really isn't. They advise you to grill from frozen, or you can bake them in the oven. It's completely up to yourself what you do. And sin value wise, let's have a little look and see how low sin they are for your diets and your healthy eating plans. So, ASDA Just Essentials beef burgers, frozen, each burger is only 2 sins. 2 sins per burger from the frozen aisle. Now, a lot of these burgers that you find in the frozen aisle are like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sins, which is just ridiculous. But at the end of the day, it's not bad for that. I don't know what they taste like. I don't know what they'll turn out like. I'm not sure if they maybe will shrink, but I'll let you know, so you can find out if it's worth buying. So I'll just quickly pop them down and I'll let you know that those burgers were £1.85. So it works out, excuse my calculations here, 23 pence a burger, 23 pence per burger, which is fantastic. So yeah, that could be a really good deal if you're wanting to serve up you know, a few burgers for yourself. They're only 2 cents each. You could have your healthy extra A choice, there's sort of cheese in there. You could have your healthy extra B choice with it as well if you're wanting to use up a seeded bagel, the protein bagels from Warburton's, or if you're wanting to use up a wholemeal 60 grams roll as part of your healthy extra B choice as well. Or you might want to just have a sort of naked burger with some salad, or some chips or potatoes or whatever it is that you want on the side. So I'm really shocked at that. I think that's a really good sin value. Obviously, as I said, I don't know how it's going to taste, but I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. And last but not least, let me just try to get this out of the bag. The last product is Just Essentials chips. And if you are from Canada or the USA or maybe even Australia or New Zealand or any other place in the world that does not use the same terms as the UK, then this is fries to you guys. Chips obviously would be chips, like tortilla chips. But yeah, so these are straight cut potato chips and pre-fried and frozen. And you can cook them from frozen at 200 fan for 20 to 22 minutes. You can also deep fry them as well if you wish, and it's a 1.5 kilogram bag. Now, first thoughts were these are probably going to be really high in sins, and normally we would buy the sin-free Slimmer World chips just for convenience because they're already cut up, they're already ready to go basically, that you can put them in the oven or the air fryer, which is what we prefer to do, with a little bit of fry light, and they turn out perfect every single time. But again, obviously cost saving, and I was in the frozen aisle as it was already, so I thought let's have a look and see what the sin value is. So for yourselves at home, I'll just scan these and let you see what the result is. So per 100 grams, which is the same amount of grams that we would be having in the house for our fries or chips at home, and that would be 3.5 sins, which, to be honest, because they're already cooked, sort of half cooked or pre-fried, I don't think that's that bad. 100 grams and it's a 1.5 kilogram bag, so even if you did want to spend a little bit more on your sins and save yourself a little bit of money in the meantime as well, I actually don't think that's that bad. So let me just double check the price and I shall let you know how much they were. So £1.65. So all in all, including these, just pop them down, my sort of haul of low sin and sin-free foods from the ASDA Just Essentials range cost a total of £15.94. I did buy a few other things there. I did buy some fruit, which is not included in this, so I did deduct that from the receipt. But yeah, £15.94, which I just quickly scribbled at the side there. £15.94. So I mean, it's probably the cheapest bag of shopping that I have bought in a very, very long time. And I feel like I've got quite a few options to make different meals, different snacks, lunches, dinners with, and it will feed myself, my husband considerably for a few days. Obviously we have the chips or the fries, we have the burgers, we have sardines, we also have some Yorkshire puddings, and we also have the potatoes and the mixed veg, which will not all be used in one sitting, clearly. So they will also save us money going forward as well by being able to bulk up our meals and make sure that they're filling and they're healthy and they are following the Slimmer World sort of plan that I am doing at the moment. So yeah, for tonight's dinner, my plan is to make a roast chicken with potatoes in the air fryer. We will also have some mixed vegetables, we will have some stuffing, and we will have a few Yorkshire puddings on the side as well. We'll have some gravy, and I'm really looking forward to it all turning out at the end because I'm getting pretty hungry now. So what I'll do is I'll pause you where you are right now, I'll go off, make dinner, come back, show you it, and I'll tell you how many sins our plate of food equated to tonight. So I'll catch you in a minute. So we've cooked our take on our roast dinner from the Just Essentials range. How many sins is it? 6.5. Quite low, isn't it? So the only extra bit that I would add on is that I add a little bit of gravy, literally about 2 teaspoons over my food, and I'm going to just be safe and count 1 sin for that. I don't want to go overboard. Obviously I've only had those amount of sins today, I've not had any other snacks at all, and so I'm not bothered about just having a little bit of extra gravy, but I thought I'd better be safe just to count it. So apart from the gravy, for all of this food, I'm hoping you guys can see it, and I'm also hoping that I don't lose my dinner onto the floor. But we've cooked our chicken in the air fryer, roast potatoes in the air fryer as well, and I also put the stuffing balls and the Yorkshire puddings into the air fryer too, and we boiled our frozen vegetables. So for all of this, minus the gravy, it's 6.5 sins. It smells delicious, it looks delicious, and the sort of Just Essentials chicken, I suppose, turned out excellent. I'll have a little bit of it just to show you if I can do this one-handed. I'm not sure if I can. Bear with me. Okay, so sorry about that. That is the chicken from the Just Essentials range. It looks and tastes just like chicken. I had a little bit earlier, so yeah. Such a lovely flavour to it. To be honest, for the price and the Just Essentials range tag on it, I wouldn't see why anyone wouldn't buy this if they were aiming to save some money, but also if they just wanted a really good chicken to cook at home. So I'm off to enjoy the rest of my dinner. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and let me know if you make any of the meals or buy any of their products from today's video. Let me know what you do with them, and let me know what you think about them as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I shall catch you on the next one. Thanks, bye.